Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Davida and welcome back to yet another episode of Davida. I am so grateful to be back after a long semester. I really wanted to start off by saying I appreciate you guys so much. I am so grateful to have made it this far with this channel. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers. I am just really happy and really excited to be able to teach again on here and be able to share legal and history information and content and make it accessible for all. With that being said, I just wanted to make sure to remind everyone, if you have the chance, use your voice, advocate, teach, and remember that we are all privileged to have the opportunity to even access resources like these. So with these resources you have, make sure to speak your mind and be able to teach others as you have learned yourself. With that being said, let's hop into today's video. Today we are talking about what NIL is and why college athletes are all of a sudden turning down the pros and staying more years in college or not even deciding to declare for the draft at all. Let's get started. Every year, college athletes face a major decision, that is declaring for the draft and assuming a massive amount of wealth or staying in school. For nearly a century, leaving for the draft was a no-brainer. People would not even go to college. They would finish out of high school, declare for the draft like LeBron James, and if you had the talent to go to the pro, you packed your bags immediately. It was a chance to completely transform your life for the better. Many of these athletes were working so hard to bring their families out of poverty and make a name for themselves, all while exercising their talents. Some extremely elite superstars a few decades ago did not even consider staying in college. They just went straight to the league. Recently, something historic has been happening. A shocking number of star players are looking at the draft boards, looking to go to the pros, and then starting to say, no thanks, I will stay in college, which sounds crazy to me. Why? Because in this modern era of sports, going to the pro might mean actually taking a massive pay cut. Today, we are breaking down the legal and financial revolution that turned in college sports to the most highest paying gig in town. To understand this, we must break down what NIL is. I gave a brief description in my past Heisman Diego Pavia video. If you'd like to watch it, I'll link it up at the top and I'll probably put it right here. But I will provide a very elaborate explanation in this video as well. NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. For decades, the NCAA operated under a strict rule called amateurism. The theory was that college athletes were students first, meaning they couldn't make a single penny off of their athletic talent. I know, it seems crazy. If a player accepted a free jersey, free lunch, meal from a fan, autographs for $20 or anything like that, the NCAA would quite literally swoop in, launch an investigation, and completely suspend this athlete. Meanwhile, schools were making millions and billions off of television rights when broadcasting these players. The turning point came when the legal system stepped in. A series of lawsuits made its way all the way to the Supreme Court, which unanimously ruled that the NCAA could no longer cap educational related benefits. But the real knockout punch came during the historic passing of the House versus NCAA settlement. That legal agreement officially tore down old walls, allowing schools to directly share their revenue with the athletes. An estimated up to $20 million of athletic revenue per school was now distributed between athletes. The old system was completely obliterated. This raised an uproar to current professional athletes like LeBron, Michael Jordan, and Stephen Curry, who realized and knew they would have made millions if they were literally born 2 decades later. So where is all this money coming from? It's not just coming from a video game advertisement or shoe commercials or deals. The real money lies in things called collectives. Think of a collective as a massive independent fund set up by wealthy alumni and boosters of a specific university. These boosters pull millions of dollars together with a legal entity. That entity signs contracts with college athletes, paying them massive sums of money to do simple things like make an appearance at a local charity, post on Instagram, or sign a few footballs. Because the NCAA cannot legally regulate how much money a private booster wants to pay an athlete for a marketing deal, it has created a total free market. The transfer portal has essentially become an unregulated professional free agency where students openly compete to see who can offer the biggest financial aid package for the best players, which is why you see players randomly transferring to different schools even if they're in the same division of the same tier or in the same league. So yes, I understand it is your belief that the average person would still assume more money in the league, so I did the math. Take the NFL for example. If you're a late 5th or 6th round pick or an undrafted free agent fighting for a roster spot during training camp, you are tied to the league's rookie minimum salary, which is locked in at $825,000 per year. Remember, that contract is not guaranteed. If you get cut before the season starts, which is a story for many, that money vanishes. Even if you make the team after you factor in taxes, agency fees, and the brutal reality of being an NFL on a rookie schedule who could be on the bus one day and thrown off of it another, you're risking your body for a fraction of what you can make on campus. Now, let's compare that to staying in college. If you're a superstar quarterback in a major conference like the SEC or an All-American player and your jersey sells out, you are absolutely the face of the league and your games are on national television, and wealthy alumni networks known as collectives are pulling out the tops just to pull up to your games, you can easily be getting $4 million a year in uncapped NIL marketing deals just to stay in school. That's aside the money the school is giving you to play for them. Let me give a small example. Apart from the money these athletes were making at University of Utah, their football athletes won an NIL partnership that gave every single student a brand new Ram pickup truck. They gave out 85 brand new Ram pickup trucks. Those athletes never had to experience an NFL concussion, they never had to go through the draft or do anything. And those Ram pickup trucks are aside the money that they're getting from the school in entirety. That is much more than an athlete on a rookie minimum salary would be getting. It is absolutely possible that the now truck holders completely rode the bench the entire season and never stepped foot in an actual game. So now, as always, I want to hear from you all. If you were guaranteed $1.5 million to stay as a college football player after your sophomore year instead of going to the league, what would you do? All right, everyone, that is it for me. My name is Davida. This is Law with Davida. Jesus loves you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.